Can I give the patrons? I wanted to do an Otherworldly Gaze deck that I have been working on, and I know is horrible, but I think people might enjoy it.
Oh yeah, we can post that. Yeah, that if you go to the Patreon, it's right now. It's on the MMcast Patreon as we speak.
Okay,
so secret tech.
Well, let me give you a taste of this deck. So I played some Archon of Cruelty, and the one big problem with the deck is you don't have a redundancy of effect. You have Persist, but you need another reanimation spell. The next best reanimation spell by far is Unearth, but that is CMC 3 or less.
Sure.
So the question is, what are the best things to reanimate that cost 3 or less? And in the blue and white colors where you're playing it with black, it was almost like not really that close. Monastery Mentor, but that's not that sweet. I have been toying with a Storm Herald list, and this list is awful, but oh my gosh, is it sweet when it comes together. Let me tell you, this deck, really bad, but when it happens, so awesome. So Storm Herald is a 3-mana 3/2 haste that when it enters the battlefield, you return all auras or enchantments from your graveyard to it, and then you get to attack. So it plays like you reanimated an Emrakul if you just get some Eldrazi conscriptions and some other stuff in your graveyard. And you need a way to get all these things in the graveyard while finding your graveyard spell, and Otherworldly Glimpse is the thing.
Sure.
But, and you have Unmarked Grave, so you can tutor for Storm Herald to get it into your graveyard. But this deck is not good. I don't think it's going to win an event, but if you wanted to have an awesome time at FNM or something, or show up and have a lot of fun, put Persist, Unmarked Grave, Storm Herald, some lands, Unearth, and all the auras in, and you're going to have a great time.
It's the perfect deck to play, if you go to a GP and you don't plan on day 2ing, but you really, really, really want to get on coverage, and you have those first 3 rounds because you don't have any buys, and so you're just I'm going to play an insane list, and maybe the people that choose lists see that I'm here and put me on coverage because it's bad. And then you win, you crush 4 players' days who are I've metagamed for this tournament, and I know all of the decks that are good and what they do, and I'm ready to sideboard them with this sideboard guide I have, and then you're just oh no, this doesn't work on any axis that you're prepared to interact with.
I mean, so that is definitely true, but in this deck's defense, there aren't very many decks in Modern right now that can win on turn 3, and this deck can win on turn 3. You can even win on turn 2 if your Otherworldly Gaze is good enough, but if you just have an Otherworldly Gaze in your hand, just turn 1 Otherworldly Gaze, turn 2, flash it back, and you mill the right stuff, you can kill someone on turn 3 easy. You can even turn 2 someone if everything comes together. I mean, you need
you need to you need the turn 1 Otherworldly Gaze into. Well, I guess if you have 2 Otherworldly Gazes in hand, you can turn 1 Otherworldly Gaze, turn 2, cast the second one, getting the Eldrazi conscriptions or whatever you need in your graveyard, and then unearth and win. Yeah, I think that's a viable circumstance of happening. You need 3 cards, and really you need 2 cards because you could turn 1 Otherworldly Gaze and turn 2 before your draw step, see if you can find an unearth amongst those cards and have that be the card you draw, and you've dug for 6 cards to do that. I think that's a totally that's a thing that could happen.
See, it's somewhat doable. I mean, it's not, it's not perfect, but this is something that the deck, could I don't know. There's a merit to it. When you can win that fast, it can be like a Griselbrand, and it's sweet. It's the type of thing where you can tell a story we made this happen. This worked.
Griselbrand won tournaments. I think it's you had to get lucky every single game, but sometimes that happens, and you're playing with multiple cards that. Yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board with this deck. I want to try it out.
Yeah, it's janky, but it's sweet, dope. Right? Come on, let's give it a shot.
I mean, you sold me at Eldrazi Conscription. What's the second best Eldrazi Conscription option, or is that the all-in? There's nothing lower.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. You just have the Eldrazi Conscription. That's the answer.
There's got to be. All right, Aura. What's the most expensive Aura?
There's some bad. I think Pollen Bright Wings was a really good one. It's not good. It gets pretty slim after Eldrazi's Conscription.
You have to attach it to it, right? You can't attach it to yourself.
Yeah, no, you have to attach it to Storm Herald.
Mythic Purport. Oh, that's not in Modern. A bunch of mind control effects. Colossification. but it taps the creature.
Yeah, it taps it. That one seems good, but isn't quite it.
Wormweaver Coil, which is like +6/+6. I don't even know if that's legal. It has like a weird set symbol. Yeah, we're now in the world of not. Ooh,
look, Eldrazi. Sorry, what?
Prodigious Growth is probably the next best one, which is +7 and trample.
Yeah, that one works. Although I was just using.
I don't know if you need it, right? You theoretically maybe you get to it without it.
I was just like ethereal armoring, honestly.
Oh yeah, fair. Just like give it protection from not dying and be happy with your life.
No, it was ethereal armor is the +1/+1 for each enchantment.
Oh, right. Okay.
But that one can actually be cast.
Sure.
But the thing is that Eldrazi Conscription is not legendary, so like Unmarked Grave is what makes all of this work. Because you have a tutor to get anything in your graveyard, like it all just kind of you got to hit off one of the mills and then Unmarked Grave the other, and you're good.
Like you have Persist, you have Unmarked Grave, and both of them will get one side of what you need, and then the other one will be found by self-mill, like Consider, Faithful Mending, or whatever.
Exactly. That's all you need.
It's your Esper. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Yeah, this list seems dope. I'm all on board.
This has been a production of Time Traveler Media, sending podcasts.